Hello and salut everybody. So welcome back to Chatting with Nicole. Guys, if you have not subscribed, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, share this video, like, and also check out the rest of the videos. But thank you so very much for joining me. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful for you, so grateful for me. I am just so, every day we wake up and, things are not going well. Sometimes things are going well. Sometimes we feel like we feel it. Sometimes we don't feel it. But I just want to encourage you all, like I always say, wherever you are, whatever is going on in your life right now, I pray that you are okay. And I pray that you are just embracing this day and just staying grateful. Because if you are breathing today, there's a chance for a better things to happen, things to turn out, right? Things to turn out better than it is right now. So wherever you are, I pray that you are just grateful because I am super grateful. I am grateful that you are listening to me right now. You are watching me right now. So I need you to please, keep your head up. Things will just be better. Things will get better. All right. I'm doing this because I have had conversations with some people and somebody. So I was asked to do this video. I added it on my Africulture last Sunday in the beginning, but Africulture, since it's a live show, it's a long video. It's over an hour. And I was asked that it's better for me to cut it, but I couldn't trim it from the other video. So I wanted to do this just to encourage somebody and to think about this and just a reminder. So the question that I was asking is, um, when was the last time you married couples, those of you who are married, when was the last time you spoken to your spouse? You know, your husband, your wife. When was the last time you spoken to them? I am asking this question because sometimes I ask people, how is your wife? They will say, I don't know. I haven't spoken to them. How's your husband? I haven't spoken to them. I don't know how they're doing. And sometimes you can see that there's something going on. There is a fighting going on or something going on. Sometimes, so I am asking, when was the last time you spoken to your husband? And if you've spoken to them, when was the last thing you said to them? Think about it. When you left the house today, if you're still out today, what did you say to your husband, your wife? When you woke up this morning, what was the conversation like with your spouse? What was the last conversation you had with your child, with your parents? Think about that. Someone you love. What was the last conversation and what was the last time you spoken to them? I am saying this because sometimes we say this and you might be asking, why are you asking this? Because again, I hear people wake up. Sometimes we are fighting. A husband and wife, you are fighting. You are living in the same house. Sometimes even sleeping in the same bed. Sometimes sleeping, you live in the same room. You may not sleep in the same bed. Maybe he's sleeping in a doggy house or in a basement or on a couch, but you are living in the same house. You can pass each other from bathroom to, to the living room, to the bedroom. You are seeing each other, but you refuse to speak to one another because this person hurt you, or they say something, they did something, or that person say something happened, and you are just so mad, so upset that you are not talking. So I want to speak to you today. So as you're thinking about this, when was the last time you spoken to your spouse? When was the last time you spoken to your child or your parent? And when you spoke, what was the conversation? Was it a positive conversation? Was it a negative conversation? Is it a conversation that you wish you never said? Is it something you said you wish you never said? I am asking because this is a scenario, and I'm not going to go into detail for privacy reasons because this is a painful thing for my person. But I did, they know that I'm speaking about this. I get a permission, but this is somebody, imagine the circumstance. So you living with your husband and it's been over a month. I mean, over a week. Let me use a week. Over a week, you haven't spoken to them. You live in the same house because he did something. You were so mad. You are still mad and you just refuse to speak to him. You see him, but you refuse to speak to him. And you are at work and then you got a call that your husband is in an accident and you rush to the hospital because after all, he's still your husband. This is your man you're married to. This is the man that deep inside you still love. He's important to you. You are one, and you rush to the hospital just like you would normally do. You rush to the hospital. By the time you got there, he's gone. All these anger that you kept in you, all these, resentment you had in you, all these things you wanted to tell him, it just flipped. But the problem is, he's not there for you to say them to them. He's not there. He can't hear you anymore. You can speak to the corpse. His corpse. You can speak. But he cannot hear you anymore. He's not there for you to ask for forgiveness, to ask him to forgive you, to tell him you love him, to tell him that you were wrong or he was wrong, to give him the opportunity to forgive. He's gone. So imagine being in this situation right now. Imagine this happening to you. Imagine this happening to your child or your parents, and you are in this situation. All this that you kept, everything, now they are gone. And you're blaming yourself. In this case, you're blaming yourself that if I had known, I just wish, if I was there an hour earlier or a minute earlier, a 30-minute, if I was there, I could have apologized. I could have made things right. So think about that. Think about that right now. So as you're thinking about this and you're putting yourself in these shoes, I want you to think differently. I want you to please, if you have not spoken to your husband, your wife, your children, your mother, your parents for however many days, because you are angry at them, I want you to call them today. I want you, when you call them, ask for forgiveness or allow them to forgive you. Let go. And please say something sweet to them, something nice to them, something good to them. Make them smile today. If you have anything in your heart right now, it is a regret, it is something you've done against your spouse, your loved ones, I want you to come clean. Anything that you think it's important in your heart right now, I want you to share it with them today. Share it with them so that you are not in the position where you wish, and you're going to carry this for the rest of your life. So I just want to encourage all of you, wherever you are, whatever is going on, no matter how mad it is, I know whatever he may have done, whatever she may have done to you, it is unforgivable. I get it. But remember, we are forgiven. God forgiven us for all our sins. And who are we not to forgive others? We done worse, but he forgave us. Jesus died. He given his life for us so that we can live, so that we can have chance of life. So if he can give his life, if God can give his only son to die for our iniquity, transgressions, and our healings, if he can give a whole life for us, if he can make it possible for you and I to be breathing today, for you and I to hear each other today, for you and I to have what we have, who are we not to do the same? So I am encouraging you, your spouse. The Bible says that when you are married, you are supposed to be one. You are supposed to be one body. So if he hurts you, if you're hurting, he's hurting. You're supposed to be hurting. So you're not supposed to hurt each other. You're not supposed to neglect each other. You're supposed to be support for one another, because you are supposed to be a body of one. So I'm speaking to, husbands and wives now. So whatever he did, whatever you did, allow him to forgive you. Whatever he did, allow him to ask for forgiveness and forgive. Because remember, it is not up to us to hold grudge. It's not up to us to avenge. God is the ultimate avenger. He's the one who will judge whatever wrong we did. We are not to judge. We are to love one another. So I just want to encourage you, wherever you are, call your wife, call your husband. If you haven't seen them, you haven't spoken to them because of anger or because of whatever the situation, or they just travel, or whatever the reason, they left the house. I don't, no matter what the reason is, find a way to have a conversation with your spouse. Find a way to have a conversation with your child. Find a way to have a conversation with your parents. Find a way to do it right. Find a way to allow them to make it up and do it right. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. So I was told that the other video was too long if I can just split this. So I am doing this just to encourage somebody wherever you are. This is Sunday. This is Sunday afternoon. I don't know where you are. I don't know what day it is. But whatever you are right now, think about your spouse. Think about the last conversation. Think about your children. Think about somebody you love. And I can even extend this to like even family members, even your friends that you haven't spoken to, or the last time you had a conversation, it was just a fight. It was negative. It was something hurtful that was said between the two of you. Think about that and come clean, because you know what? Tomorrow is not guaranteed. The next second is not guaranteed. Even if you're sleeping with somebody in the same room, waking up tomorrow is not guaranteed. I was just talking to a father who lost a daughter in her sleep. And then a few months later, a son in his sleep. One father in 1 year, losing 2 kids. So tomorrow he walks with him, with them. He didn't even know this was gonna happen. He was working with the son. The daughter, she was just like, she wasn't sick. So I'm just using this as an example. And I'm asking that we pray for this father who's suffering through a loss of 2 children this year. So I'm just using that example, but I want you guys to think about it. It truly is a grace, by grace and mercy, that I can see you today. I can speak to you today. And we should not take it for granted. So let's speak to one another. Let's do things, right. All right. So let's leave the anger, the regret and all of that, the pain. It's okay. Let's find it in our hearts to forgive and turn all these hurting and these suffering and this resentment and these all the pain and all the back and forth. Let's turn it into love. Let's find a way to love instead, because all Jesus asked us is to love one another as he loved us. He said he given us a new commandment. A new commandment is to love one another. So let's try to strive for love today. Let's look for love today. Let's chase and fish and turn whatever is going on into love and do something nice. Say something nice to one another today. And I just want to encourage you, wife and husbands, do not go to sleep with anger. Do not go to sleep being angry at your spouse, at your child, at your parents. Try to find a way to fix it before you go to bed, before you go to work, before you leave one another. Do not say something hurtful to one another when you are going somewhere, even when you are in a house, because the next day is not guaranteed. So let's take this. Let's not take what we have for granted. Breath of life that we breathe every day, let's not take it for granted. I do not want any of us to be in this situation where you're going to be, I wish, and you're going to carry this for the rest of your life. So that's what I wanted to do this and share with you this Sunday afternoon, or whatever you are listening to this from, or whatever day it is. So I am encouraging you to share this with everyone. If you come across this video, it is not by, there's a reason. It's not by chance. It's not by luck. There's a reason why you are listening to me right now. And if you say that doesn't apply to you, somebody else, it will apply to somebody else. So I'm encouraging you to share this message with somebody. Share this video with somebody. I am not just saying this for subscription. I'm not just saying this to get more views. I am saying this because I honestly believe that this will help somebody out there, somebody you know. So as I'm sharing this, as you get in this, do not keep it for yourself. I want you to pay it forward and share it with everyone. Whatever they did with it, that's up to them. I am speaking to them, and when they receive it, I want them to also share it. Because believe it or not, you just never know who this message might just save. This might just make their day. I can't imagine how many times I hear things and I'm like, this was just came at the right time. So you don't know who's going through something very, and this will just make their day. So share with everyone. Subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And also check out the rest of the videos. I am encouraging you to send me your comments. Let me know of your thought. Let me know of your thoughts. So stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you on the next one.